us and without. Meanwhile, this unsettling truth borne by spiritual power, that we're not in control, has surfaced palpably in our daily lives. From data overload to busy schedules, the natural world we live in becomes more complex daily and is often overwhelming. The silver lining in this darkening cloud is that in the face of our human inadequacies, we become open to powers greater than our own, and thereby we become more real and indeed more human. We look beyond our unmanageable natural world for supernatural help that human effort cannot provide, hence the interest in angels. It's good to know that greater resources are at hand. At the same time, however, experience has convinced me that, contrary to popular sentiment, not all spiritual powers that respond to our brokenness and need seek to serve our best interests. Decades later, after considerable experience that you will read about here, I know that my African carpenter friend was right. Not all angels are good. In fact, bad angels, spiritual entities that lie and destroy, not only are described clearly in ancient texts, but are being experienced with increasing credibility in our modern lives. These harmful supernatural agents historically have been portrayed as masters of deception, who enlist us as accomplices in their destructive schemes by manipulating our fear of weakness and shame of losing control. Often in the ancient texts, the conflict between good and bad angels is portrayed as spiritual warfare, the consequences of which are borne out in our everyday natural world. If true, this battle between the forces of good and evil would be discernible even today, as we dare to recognize the fullness of spiritual reality beyond our natural selves and our human ability to perceive it. Like the proverbial small snake, however, the subtle yet dominant power inherent to spiritual reality can overwhelm our egos with surprising ease. That's why we can celebrate the good angels and yet not dare acknowledge the bad angels. Our powerlessness and fear allow us to accommodate spiritual power only insofar as we imagine it to be good, or at least less powerful than our human ability to master it. A small boy, for example, is acutely aware that he's much smaller than the host of adult giants around him, both at home and out in the world. Powerless among these towering beings who daily manifest over him the power of joy or pain, peace or panic, even life or death, he nevertheless must make his needs known and met among them. How does he manage the fear of being overwhelmed by these huge creatures that dominate his natural world? Enter the dinosaur, a gigantic beast, utterly powerful, manifestly destructive, patently uncontrollable, and therefore intensely fascinating to a small boy in a giant world. Even more compelling, the dinosaur is real. It actually lived, yet is nowhere visible in the natural world today, except, of course, in hidden, hauntingly mysterious bones. Thus, the boy reimages dinosaurs as good, if not easily controlled. His fear of powers greater than himself and his consequent need to master them prompt a market for model dinosaurs small enough to fit firmly in a little boy's fist. In play, he animates, he controls, he manipulates the figures. The cuddly, smiling TV dinosaur with the unassuming name Barney secures the charade with friendly hug-me songs. Cartoon films such as the Land Before Time series contribute loving grandparents, sauropods, and cute, high-voiced kid raptors who always emerge victorious from their adventures. To know promises the ability to master. And so the little boy reads, he studies, he learns, and like Adam, he names, especially 6-syllable species. His spirit, born by his fragile 3-foot frame, thrills with deliverance. Voila! Mastery over the fear. I can control this awesome power. In my hands, in my vocabulary, in the grip of my imagination, the beast is subdued. I am lord of the mystery. I am safe. Now fast forward from the child to the adult, to an unsettling dream.